See, oftentimes when you become more successful, or even when you maybe take a step in the right direction, your perspective changes, right? It's almost like if you look straight, you see one thing. You look to your left, you see another thing. You look to your right, you see another thing. So, depending on what you see in your perspective or how you want to approach whatever direction you choose, that's the direction you're going to go in based on whatever your perspective is. Whichever one meets what I want and what I desire, the vision in my head, right? Well, what if you have a flawed perspective? If you got a flawed perspective and you've tied yourself to this vision of who you're supposed to be based on what the world's told you you're supposed to be, what your parents told you were supposed to be, what social media tells you you're supposed to be, and you have this persona that's glued to your soul, and so your perspective, your mental, your brain, your thoughts, your energy, your emotion, your vibe is fucked up. Your perspective is messed up. Perspective is powerful. It's very powerful. I mean, perspective is the way you approach things. Perspective is the way you view yourself, the way you present yourself, the way you, right? The way you conduct yourself based on the way you feel like people perceive you, as well as the way you perceive yourself. Right?
So, how do you change the lens in which you see the world?
Yeah, that's a good question. Spirituality. A lot of people go religion. You know, what do you think the purpose is when people go to church every Wednesday for Bible study and every Sunday, right? When they got the daily prayer plans and the daily affirmations, like people put themselves on a regimen, right? To figure out their perspective, to be exposed to a higher power and a high authority that allows them to change the way that they think. The way they think about themselves, the way they think about other people, the way they think about life.
So in other words, changing your, almost like if I was trying to up my spirituality, I'm trying to change my perspective or drive my perspective, which I deem to be good, in a certain direction.
You choose what you give your energy to.
I choose what I give my energy to.
You choose what you give your energy to, right? And what you give your energy to, just like seeds, right? It's like seeds in the ground. Like if you got good soil, let's just say you have a good solid foundation based on maybe a spiritual upbringing, or maybe based on a upbringing of self-discipline and self-control, and good morals and a good moral foundation, depending on what your background is and what you believe in. I mean, that's good soil, right? You have a good formula. So any seeds that you put into your soil ultimately are going to grow as long as you water them, right? As long as you're continuing to feed them the energy that you're taking and you're feeding it, whether it's good or bad. So keeping that in perspective, understanding yourself, being aware that I am from a divine place. I have good soil. What I feed that soil is a conscious effort that's guided by my thoughts and my emotions. See, your thoughts and your emotions affect your health, prosperity, your relationships, right? Ultimately your well-being, right? Your body and your mind. Kill the head and the body will follow. Kill your perspective and they'll kill your vision. Kill your vision and you're blind. Perspective is powerful.